The escape is set in a Korean drama. Domi officially begins her counterattack. The one who gives birth. It's Han Monae. Turns out Domi's Castillo's now when she was 3. She developed a serious heart condition. A logical mother Woshi was to use this as an excuse. She swiftly went over her rich boyfriend. However, this person is doubly unwilling to take responsibility, but also claims that the lives of the mother and daughter have nothing to do with him. So Woshi ruthlessly abandoned Domi on the bridge. But until they reunited, she never admits to abandoning her back then. Domi was imagined that her mother must have been in a difficult situation to have to do that. But when she fainted at her grandfather's doorstep, she finally saw Woshi's true colors. Mother had been waiting for her to faint all along, only then when she had a chance to get money from grandpa. Now I realize what a terrifying child you are. I gave you one last chance to be a mother, but you didn't want it. Domi is determined to tell grandpa the whole truth. The biological mother can forget about Daniel Penny. Upon hearing this, Woshi turns back immediately. She tightly grabs Domi's neck, then violently throws her against the fish tank. I shouldn't have brought you back from the beginning. No, wait. I shouldn't have even been born to you. Demi was utterly desperate for her birth mother. Thus, the two severed their ties. Turn around. Danny returned to her rural home. She knew in her heart that her adoptive parents sold the house to pay for her treatment. They not only sold the house, but also resent from their debt. That's why she wanted to help her pay the debt. And didn't understand why they left this time no one can fulfill her daughter close. She admitted she adopted Danny out of her own selfishness. A day, her adoptive father took her out for fresh air. Suddenly, they heard a child's crying. On the bridge, they found Danny sobbing uncontrollably. In kindness, they searched everywhere for her birth mother. From that moment on, Danny entered Woman's heart. Seeing their daughter endure painful surgeries made her adoptive parents who had her adoptive father decided to accompany her to school to reveal the truth. The next day, the father and daughter walked into school hand in hand. Most classmates were jeering. Only Double felt that Demi looked very wrong. They didn't want their innocent children to be corrupted by Demi, or have their one attitude affected. What's more, one of them spat in her adoptive father's face. However, the interest of the teaching building was surrounded by pesky parents. They don't want their naive child to be influenced by Domi, or to affect their learning mood. Why even spat in the adoptive father's face? The word occurs the more agitated they became. They directly pushed and shoved Domi. The adoptive father punched and knocked down the leading male parent. He desperately escorted his daughter into the teaching building. The school's disciplinary committee would decide to expel Domi, but for the sake of her future, they would offer an opportunity for self-application. Homeroom teachers has been able upon hearing this. She was very proactive in wanting to facilitate this. She proposed to visit Domi's mother herself. As soon as the meeting ended, Domi barged in. She questioned the principal who saw her giving birth. What she didn't expect was, the witness was indeed the homeroom teacher. It turned out that the teacher actually saw Domi and Monae in the bar room. But to keep her old secret, she insisted that it was Domi who gave birth. On the other side, and she decided to give Woshi a final blow. So she spread some rumors in the forum. Suddenly, there was a commotion outside. The loan sharks came knocking. It turned out Anche's ex-husband owed huge high interest loans, and this debt was passed on to her. So then she was visiting Woshi for the inheritance. The struggle between Domi and Woshi. Suddenly, Domi appeared in media studies. She recounted the entire ordeal from that day. Giving birth. It was Han Monae. Just then, Monae walked into the classroom. It gave her time to react. The door to the broadcasting room opened. Several teachers forcibly dragged Domi out. The principal was so angry he demanded her expulsion. He even suspected Domi of killing the baby to cover up evidence. Suddenly, Monae appeared as someone in the know. She spoke kindly to Domi, urging her to stop resisting, saying she understood her desire to protect her adoptive father. Domi, as if viewed, begged Monae to explain the truth. I understand. Originally intended to help you keep the secret until the end, Monae revealed to everyone. Domi deeply loved her adoptive father, not the kind of love between father and daughter. Hearing this, Domi went mad. However, when they turned around and accused her of hurting her adopted mother, she poured all the blame onto Domi. Because Monae had crucial evidence. She had the school open Domi's locker to find out. Inside the locker was a pregnancy manual. The manual had Domi's name on it. Colonel Monae had stolen Domi's name and received the diagnosis at Anche's hospital, and she placed her own manual into Domi's locker. Just when the situation had become indefensible for Domi, Monae approached, expressing his regret for not keeping the secret to himself. The school authorities indiscriminately ordered Domi to be expelled. Meanwhile, Domi arrived at the police station with a recording pen to confess. Suddenly he remembered what he had done to Domi. Unable to bear it, he rushed to the school. At this time, the school gate was crowded with a large number of masked villagers streaming by. These people surrounded Domi as soon as she came out, immediately swarming around her. Just then, Domi felt it was time to intervene on his motorcycle and scare away these foul creatures, taking Domi away from the turmoil. However, the Andal's men recognized Domi. Yet the repercussions of this incident were far from over. University students protested and asked, refusing to attend the classes of their adoptive father, a sex offender. Clearly the victim has now become the perpetrator.